Hello everyone, and welcome back to my video. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important topic in any HRM management, and that is compensation and benefits. Now, when you hear the word compensation, you might immediately think of a salary, but in reality, compensation is more broader. It includes wages, salaries, incentives, bonuses, health benefits, retirement plans, and even non-financial perks such as flexible work hours. So, in today's lecture, we are going to break down the key elements, the strategies, and the system behind this compensation benefits. So, without further ado, let's get started. That how the compensation plan is the complete package of any organization which is offered to its employees in exchange of their works. So, which includes the wages, salaries, and benefits as I mentioned above. But before above, so but the goal is not only to pay the employees; it is aligned with the pay strategy, with the organization, and the strategic HRM plan. And before we dive into that, the main fundamental questions that HR must ask are that what are the fair wages according to any employee's perspective? Are the wages sustainable for the organization, health, or does the pay the scale reflected the importance of the different job roles? Or in any compensation strong enough to retain their talent, or are we complying with the state and the federal laws? And finally, is our philosophies adopting to exchange the labor market? So these are the questions that is the foundation of any compensation plans. So once we have the clarity of these basics, we need a compensation philosophy. So this philosophy guides us how pay decisions are made. So some key question that any organization asks is including: should the salary be varied depending on the location? Should we pay above or below the market average? Or should we fix the pay scale for each position or allow individual negotiation? So should we raise this dependent on the tenors or merit or both? So for example, Amazon used the structured pay scale with a clear job balance. So while startups many negotiation salaries individually, so which can sometimes lead to inequalities. So that's why a clear philosophy is a critical and fairness, and it is a transparency for any compensation plan. So the next thing we are going to discuss in the compensation is that how we are going to influence both internal and external factors. So what is this internal factor or external factor? So the internal factors includes the strategy the organization chooses. For example, the market compensation policy, like paying the going rate, or the market plus policy, paying higher than average, which is common in industry like technology, and market minus policy. So paying below the average, but offering extra benefits such as flexible work hours. So what is this external factors? It includes the inflation, cost of living, or the overall economic situation. For instance, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many companies, what happened, they rose the salaries due to the financial uncertainty. So the HR must constantly balance the company's ability to pay with external market pressure. So to create a fairness, HR must evaluate the worth of the job within the organization. There are several job evaluation, just like a job ranking system. So which is simply ranking the job from the most to the least important. By paired comparison, which is comparing the jobs in the pairs and ranking based on their total score. By the job clarification system, like grouping jobs by required skills, knowledge, and authorities, or by pointing the factor system, like assigning point to the factors like leadership, responsibility, and experiencing to calculate the job values. For example, a financial analysis must score higher than the receptionist because that the role demands greater experience and responsibility. This evaluation ensures pay differences are justified. Now, how we are going to develop the pay system? Once jobs are evaluated, organization must design a pay system. Like, let's look into the main types. So, pay grade scale. What is this pay grade scale? Like, jobs are divided into grades, salaries stays within those brands, and until the promotion, the system is fair and structured. And going rate model, what happened? The base is based on the current market rate. For example, if the software engineers are in high demand, the salaries must be matched the market. And management fits the model. Like, manager decides the salaries individually, so this allows the flexibility, but the risk is bias and discrimination. And variable pay system, like based on salaries plus performance is based like sales commissions. So broad branding, like grouping jobs into the broad categories with flexible pay ranges. Like McDonald's, they use a system of roles like customer service. So each method have their own strength and weaknesses, so the HR must choose carefully. So the pay decision consideration, what is this? When we are creating a pay system, HR must consider the size of the organization. Like small startups may use simple models like management fits, but the large corporation needs structured pay brand. So the global operation, multinational firms must decide whether to align the salaries within the local market or they're going to standardize it according to their across the country. What is the standard? They're going to choose that. So and the employee involvement, like involving the staff through this surveys, increasing trust and motivation. For instance, Microsoft use detailed pay structure across its global offices, but also adopted to the local market to stay the competitive. So now we're going to determine the pay system. So I'm going to break down this into the convention into three categories, like base pay, which would be hourly, weekly, monthly, or incentives like pay for performances, rewards like salary bonus or profit sharing. Other benefits are health insurance, retirement plans, paid leaves, or gym membership, and so on. There are many things like good incentives. Pays should be like they should be clearly communicated, like they should be attainable, but challenging, easy to understand, and align with the company's goals. So, for example, like Tesla offers stock options, and this means by employee directly benefits in the company's growth. This motivates them to perform better. So, to sum up, the combustion and benefits are far more than just salaries. They are strategic tools for attracting, motivating, and retaining employees. And a well organization compensation system is balance, fairness, and market competitiveness and financial sustainability while also aligning with organization goals. So, as for HR, our professional members must remember this that the conventions is not just a cost; it is an investment in the people, in the people, and are the people most valuable assets of any organization. So, thank you for watching. If you found this lecture useful or helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this, and stay tuned for more HRM lessons. And also comment in the below if you need to know anything. So I'm going to ask you one question, and you can answer me in the comment that what kind of a convention motivates you the most? Higher salaries, performances, bonuses, or non-mandatory benefits like flexibility?